Remember, the key to success is working hard. For our country, we must have regard. Forget all your differences, let we start to build. And onward to progress we surely will. Because now, more than ever, we must show discipline, tolerance, and production to build a strong and better nation. I say that is the main foundation. So come let us work hand in hand, because this is our land. Come my brother, come my sister, and let us build a nation together.
Come, my brother, come, my sister, and let us build Grenada, Carriacou, and Petite Martinique together. This is our home. We have a duty to make it better, to enhance it, to transform it. I want to welcome you to the hub. Again, we have another opportunity to talk. I want to start off tonight by saying I had a huge laugh a while ago because Kennedy was asked by Junior George to comment on the allegation he made regarding a senior individual within NNP, them teaming up to do something, whatever that was. And he said, he used words to the effect, he's not going down that path tonight or that road tonight. He's not talking about that at all, at all, at all. He's not talking about that at all, at all, at all. I laugh because that was really what caused the guy to be in the spotlight. And he actually tricked a lot of these people into believing that he would come on the Ride Along program and he would just spill the beans. He would just let everybody know what transpired, what evidence he has to substantiate the claims he made or the allegation he put forward. The guy actually tricked the many people who were expecting that, opening up about what he and that individual planned or had, as he alleged. But he was silent. But to talk about Keith Mitchell in X, Y, and Z light, man, he explode, he opened up, he exposed this. To talk about Emlyn Pay and the whole run-ins within NNP for the convention, man, to boost up Peter, to talk nice about Peter, man, he went directly in there. That is their strategy. Their strategy is a very simple one, You don't need to be a political genius to understand what these guys are up for, particularly during this week. They want to fight this battle in the public because they know on convention day they cannot win and they will not win. So instead, they are fighting a public battle. They want to damage NNP so much that NNP will be carried to the cemetery faster than they're actually heading there. And nothing wrong with that. I love that. But it's too obvious. It is so obvious. It's not even funny. So they're making their chances of getting close to victory on convention day even harder by going out in the public space and vomiting, because I think it's regurgitation, right? I think they are vomiting what they took in. And I love it, but I don't see the political wisdom in it. Although they call themselves smart, but I don't see the political wisdom behind the thing. Of course, I want the weakest donkey in the race to come up against the next election. Don't get me wrong. I want the weakest donkey to come up against. And I know who is the weakest donkey in the race. I know who is the weakest donkey in the race. But I just love what is playing out with the NNP. Because right now, all NNP dirty linen is being washed in public. All NNP dirty linen is being washed in the public. They were able before to contain it, to control it, but you talking about people who are in senior positions within NNP, you know, and those who still hold senior positions within NNP, expressing their displeasure, expressing their disappointment, and telling people about what is happening within NNP. The kind of infighting, the kind of instability, the kind of melee and bacchanal within there. That never ever used to happen. It used to be a secret order, more or less. So people are now seeing the real NNP. So let them fight. I expect Peter David to be out there again during this week. I expect Hamlet Mack to write some more this week. I expect Royal Titus to publish most of this week. I expect Chester Humphrey to make another appearance on some other program this week. I mean, Keith Mitchell has these guys, in my opinion, in my belief, where he wants them. And I am not saying that all of them, they are pro-Peter or that they're NNP. No. I am saying I expect these people to come out there backing this week. Monday gone. So we have Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, and Saturday, and maybe even Sunday, they would be at it. Because they're very uneasy. They realize that the odds are really against them. Their chance of anything is very slim, and they will be thrown out. They will be pushed out. When I say they, I'm referring to Peter David and some of the people who are around him and supporting him. They will be pushed out of the party. All right? Kicked out. Those who are members of the party and close with Peter. Mark my words. Peter may take the route of filing an injunction and doing all kind of stuff, maybe, because he's a lawyer. I don't know what he intends to do, but I can tell you, he will be history after Sunday. He will be history. In fact, if he emerges as the assistant PRO of the NNP, I will be pleasantly surprised. If he's voted in as a floor member or an assistant public relation officer, I will be pleasantly surprised. As it stands now, he will be given a good political blow come Sunday. And I think Emmeline's strategy is working. She's remaining quiet. She's not out there saying anything. I don't know what kind of campaigning she's doing to win the delegates. I don't know. And I'm not going to even wonder or ask. But she's very quiet. Keith Mitchell is the one that's boisterous. He's the one that's out there saying stuff and doing stuff. but she has been very, very quiet. In fact, Dr. Bob asked of her to come on his program, and based on what he said, she opted to come on after the election, after the convention on Sunday. That's a very smart move. Very, very smart move. But I am saying all of this to say the NNP is fighting among itself. And they have not been able to attract any new people. The people who are around the NNP are the same folks who've been there from time immemorial. Some of them, their father and mother been NNP, and some of them benefited significantly. So you see one or two of them popping up on the stage now. Their sons and daughters popping up. But it's not that they're new and, the NNP is able to attract new people. No, the NNP is not able to attract new people. So at the meetings, you realize it's just same faces, same people over and over again. And you have a population of 65% or so under 40. So you're talking about young people in Grenada, young people who are tech savvy, they following stuff by the second, by the minute, right? Touch and go, the internet. And they understand bad from good politically. And they want to associate themselves with the most honorable Deacon Mitchell and the NDC. They don't want to be in a party like NNP with all this infighting, all this instability, all this confusion, all this melee, all this bacchanal. Right? And the NNP not going to change. Keith Mitchell, they are not. The same ideology, the same principle, the same mindset, the same everything will continue. And it will be even worse after the convention. You believe that it's bad now with the NNP? After the convention, it will be even worse. And you can prepare for it. So the young people are not gravitating towards NNP. They do not see NNP as the future. And you're seeing that every single day. I speak to young men who were close with some of those NNP folks who are now fronting and so on. And they tell you straight up, they can't be a part of this organization. They don't want to be close to it. Because they're seeing with their very eyes opportunities coming the way of young people. This government is investing a lot in the young people of Grenada, Carriacou, and the PT Martinique. Look at among the people who got scholarships.
The Ministry of Education hosted its first scholarship award ceremony for 2024 on Wednesday at its facility at the Sir Eric Matthew Botanical Gardens. 100 scholarships totaling EC 44.7 million were awarded. 83 scholarships worth more than EC 43.1 million were awarded for study at the St. George's University.
It feels very ecstatic being an awardee, and I intend to use the scholarship to pursue a degree in mechanical engineering.
You're expected to make the best use of these scholarship facilities. You will be committed to your classes, committed to ensuring that you do well, demonstrate that the impartial decision that was made by the scholarship unit to award you a scholarship was indeed the right decision.
The Grenada Houston Association presented 9 awards worth more than EC $12,000, and 8 students received island scholarships in excess of EC 1.5 million. Representatives from the various institutions, donor association, government officials, and students witnessed the presentation.
I call on all of you, whether you are attending St. George's University, joining St. George's University, or going to another school in terms of the island scholars and those still at secondary school, we see yourselves as scholarship awardees as ambassadors. Ambassadors for Grenada, ambassadors for your communities, ambassadors for your families. Great things are expected of you. And as such, we do expect you to do well, but we also expect you to carry yourselves well, to showcase what a Grenadian scholar and the ideals of a Grenadian scholar truly looks like.
I definitely feel overjoyed. It was definitely, I could say, a surprise, but at the same time, I know that all of us as awardees have worked hard on receiving this scholarship.
The expectation is that you come and you give back and continue to be part of the solution in our country, right? Your government is committed to continuing to invest in education. We believe that education is one of the single most transforming tools that we can have. If we have a more educated population, people produce better. If we have a more educated population, people take better care of themselves, and we have less strain on the hospital systems. If we have a better educated population, people raise their children better, and our children become less liabilities to the state. You see what I'm saying? So we take education simply, but education cuts across all sectors. And that's why I insist that you are indeed parts of the solution.
The scholarship is for studies further. After TAMCC, it's for an undergraduate degree at an accredited school. And it will greatly help me in my passion for culinary arts.
I was also awarded a scholarship for pre-med and medicine. So now this one is going to help me for when I go to do my clinical rotations in the States, because, we have to pay for our own rent and other accommodations.
GHA gives at least 7 scholarships each year, 1 to each parish and 1 to Carriacou and Petit Martinique. When we have no applicants from a parish, that scholarship will go to a person in another parish. And when we have extra money, we may give additional scholarships. This year, GHA was able to give 9 scholarships to Grenada.
I live in St. Patrick. I have to go a long way just to go to school, so it benefits me financially a lot to just go to school and to be able to get the subjects that I need. And I want to do a lot of subjects in school. Like a lot.
I'm very, very happy. I'm elated, and I'm very thankful that I got this assistance so that I can pursue my medical career as a doctor.
Right. So you see, the young people, they're getting assistance. They are being transformed. They are focused. So that's $44.7 million scholarship awarded. Then we had the Cuban scholarships awarded.
The Embassy of the Republic of Cuba has awarded scholarships to Grenadian students in medicine and engineering to the tune of $4.8 million. An award ceremony was held recently at its headquarters in Lansepine, St. George. Annette Moore has the details in this report.
The Embassy of the Republic of Cuba hosted a scholarship awards ceremony on June 21st at its headquarters in Lansepine, St. George. 9 Grenadians were presented with awards valued at $4.8 million to further studies in the Republic of Cuba. 3 students received awards for Bachelor of Medicine degrees, 4 for postgraduate degrees in medicine, and 2 for undergraduate studies in the field of engineering. Specialized areas of study include internal medicine, urology, psychiatry, orthopedics, civil engineering, and electrical engineering.
My name is Tori Noel, and I am from Brudge Grove, St. Andrew, and I will be studying medicine in Cuba, Elam, for 7 years. It is a journey that I am excited, elated to start, and I am just so happy to be given this opportunity to serve the community, my people, my country, and I see it as a great, great opportunity to give back after being given so much.
Ambassador of the Republic of Cuba to Grenada, Her Excellency Yvette Martinez Leva, And Dr. Malachi Dottin, president of the Graduate Committee in Cuba, delivered remarks.
Congratulations to all students who received their scholarships. I wish you much success in this new stage in your lives. I am certain that you will be excellent professionals and will be able to contribute to the development of this beautiful island. In Cuba, you will learn lessons that beyond textbooks and graduate degree. You will learn that it's not necessary to have big material resources to help each other among the peoples of the world. You will learn that Cubans share what we have, no matter how little, and you will join the spirit and tireless fighting the Cubans have to overcome the economic difficulties we have because of the blockade.
We must acknowledge that Cuba is one of the poorest countries in the world, is one of the poorest countries in the Caribbean. And as my comrade have said earlier, they have been able to give more than 70,000 scholarships to the people of the world. And I think this needs to be applauded.
Yes, so that's $4.8 million worth of scholarships there. And we're not stopping there, we're continuing. That is why the young people are more into the NDC, more into this government, because this government is progressive.
104 Grenadians were awarded scholarships at a cost of more than 20 million Eastern Caribbean dollars during a ceremony on Tuesday, 26 November at the Ministry of Education and virtually. The scholarships were awarded by the Government of Grenada in partnership with the University of the West Indies, St. George's University, the People's Republic of China, the Organization of American States, and Mother Noel Charity. Minister for Education, Senator the Honorable David Andrew, noted that the cost of the scholarships totaling $20,683,674.54 is an investment in the young people of the country.
I want to say to you that you are part of the solution. You're a part of the solution. As young people and as persons that we are prepared to invest in, you are the ones who are charged with the responsibility to find solutions to the problems that we have. I was going through one of my documents recently, and I found a number of young persons in their teens who are inventors of major things. And one that comes to mind quickly is Louis Braille, who was probably either 14 years or something of the sort, 14, 16 years, when he invented the Braille format for communicating and reading and writing for blind persons. And we can talk about the people who invented Popsicle. That person was a teenager too. And I'm saying all of this to point out that young people, this opportunity that you have must not just be seen as an opportunity to get higher education, but to actively contribute to the solutions, to finding problems, to the increasing challenges that we have in our universe, in our world, and specifically in Grenada.
Senator Andrew also stated that along with the government's plan to have at least one university graduate in each household in Grenada, they intend to launch the first generation scholarship opportunity.
The government of Grenada remains committed to its vision to seeing one university graduate in every household. And in the coming months and years, you would hear a lot more about this. But this scholarship award takes us a step closer. Now, I don't know how many of you already have persons in your households who have degrees, but I suspect that maybe some of you who fall into that category. But we are actively going to pursue the first generation scholarship opportunity, which you will hear more about, to ensure that we find opportunities for persons in whose families nobody else has gone to university before.
One awardee, Alastasia Otley, is one of 5 recipients of the Mother Noel Charity Scholarship. The charity, which is based in the United Kingdom, gives 600.
Right. So again, scholarships and opportunity for young people. And that is important. So while the NNP is fighting, while they're doing all the nonsense, the NDC is working towards bettering the lives of our young people, creating opportunities for our young people here in Grenada, Carriacou, and Petite Martinique.
Grenada has been commended for its vision to launch a program that will create limitless career opportunities for young people, with 100 of them to be trained in cybersecurity in the pilot stage. During the launch of the Grenada Digital Workforce Initiative on Wednesday, Rick Hybert, Program Director of Cyber Nations, applauded Grenada for recognizing the initiative as a necessary move. He highlighted that the country is now positioned to tap into the rapidly growing global digital job market. The initiative is a collaboration between the government of Grenada and Cyber Nations to the tune of more than $2 million. The pilot phase of the program will primarily focus on cybersecurity, aiming to train and place 100 Grenadians in the workforce. This effort is being carried out in partnership with Cyber Nations and Protexa, a global cybersecurity services provider. Hybert emphasized the vast opportunities in cybersecurity, noting that the global market offers over 3.5 million job opportunities in the digital workforce.
We live in a time where the digital landscape is both our greatest opportunity and in many ways our greatest challenge. Cybercrime costs the global economy over $8 trillion annually, a number that is staggering and growing. Yet this challenge brings with it a tremendous opportunity. With more than 3.5 million cybersecurity jobs unfilled worldwide, this industry represents not just a pathway to economic growth, but a chance for Grenada to stand as a leader in the global digital workforce. To the government of Grenada, I offer my deepest congratulations and gratitude. Your commitment to building a digital workforce and your recognition of cybersecurity as a critical pillar of this success and your vision for the future are commendable.
He encouraged the participants to seize the opportunity and develop their careers in this expanding field.
You are the pioneers of this program. You are stepping into an industry that needs your talent, creativity, and resilience. The work you will do not only will shape your future, but also strengthen your nation. We are here to support you every step along that way.
Simone Gill, a cybersecurity instructor from Barbados and a former recipient of the program, shared her personal experience and explained how the initiative helped her to transition into the cybersecurity industry.
This is not the time to rest on our laurels. Instead, it is time to equip ourselves with the skills and knowledge to confront these challenges head on. As I stand here, I am reminded of my own journey. Like many of you, I started with no background in IT or cybersecurity, and I was part of Cohort 1 in Barbados of this very program. As a mother with very many multifaceted roles, the road was far from easy, but I was determined. Through perseverance, teamwork, and the incredible guidance of the Cyber Nations faculty, I not only gained a solid understanding of cybersecurity, but also discovered my passion for this field. Today, I am honored to stand before you as a cybersecurity instructor, proof that this program can change lives.
Right, so again, 100 young people getting the opportunity to receive training worth $2 million. $2 million. And straight away, once they complete the training, they will get employment. That is what you want. So while the NNP is quarreling, while they fighting among themselves, while they creating all kind of stupidness on that side, the NDC's focus.
Close to 100 young people across the country are scheduled to commence training in 3 fields of agriculture, which includes crop production, livestock, and agro-processing. This is being made possible through the implementation of the Young Entrepreneurs in Agriculture and Agribusiness Project, a 3-year pilot project jointly funded by the Government of Grenada, CARICOM Development Fund, and the Grenada Development Bank. The orientation for this training was held on Tuesday in St. David. Cindy Lewis, project manager, explained this training will assist young people by providing the training and finances to establish or grow their agribusinesses.
It has been in the pipeline for a while, and we are happy that you are here today. This aspect, the project caters for training, and we are happy that this aspect, the orientation of the agriculture entrepreneurship training, kicks off today. After the training, that you will be able to start your own businesses, and we would provide the assistance for you in terms of getting your business plans, and we will also provide funding for you to start your businesses.
Janesta Charles from the National Training Agency says the trainings will support young people who wish to learn more about the fields of agriculture, livestock, and agro-processing.
Here is an opportunity through the Youth in Agriculture project to build capacity for young people in agriculture entrepreneurship, and so to support the sustainability of agriculture in Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. This program will be implemented using a competency-based approach. And when we speak competency-based education, training, and assessment, we are referring to training that is facilitated by industry experts, a learner-centered approach where the focus is on you building the knowledge, skills, and attitude relevant to agriculture entrepreneurship.
The objective of the program is to increase agricultural production by existing and new farms supported by trained entrepreneurs and certified young agricultural workers. Winston Otley, well-known farmer, was the guest speaker for the orientation. As they undertake training in the various fields, Otley reminded participants that their country comes first.
Yes, indeed, our country must be first. So again, 100 young people getting the opportunity to receive training and the support to start their own business in agriculture. 100 of them at a cost of $3-point-something million. 3-point-something million. Then you have women in agriculture.
The Ministry of Agriculture, Lands, Forestry and Marine Resources has launched an innovative new project aimed at enhancing agricultural production across the country, focusing on vegetable farming, sea moss production, apiculture, and agro-processing led by women.
Because it only tells you where we want to go to.
Climate-smart agriculture and food systems in the Caribbean, the project seeks to empower women and youth to build climate resilience in agriculture. The official launch took place at the Radisson Grenada Beach Resort, attracting a diverse group of agro-processors for an inception workshop. The workshop featured presentations from experts who shared insights on Grenada's vegetable production, the sea moss and apiculture value chains, and various agro-processing opportunities. It aims to build capacity, promote climate-smart technologies, strengthen market linkages, and address gender-related challenges in agriculture. Funded by Canada to the tune of $7.3 million and implemented by the FAO, this initiative is set to run over the next 4 years. Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Agriculture, Isaac Bagwan, welcomes the support from FAO and Canada for the support to small farmers, women, and youth.
Right. So we looking again, this training, this initiative, targeting women and youth, $7-point-something million in agriculture. So while the NNP continue to fight and quarrel, and they have so much instability and problems there, Grenadians are focused. The young people are getting opportunity. They are getting opportunity. The government launched a new program only recently again.
The Division of Youth in the Ministry of Youth and Sports will soon engage unemployed and underemployed women between the ages of 18 to 35 in a program designed to empower them to become self-sufficient and equipped for the job market. Elevate Her, a transformative initiative, is aligned with the Grenada National Sustainable Development Plan 2020 to 2035, directly supporting its pillars of human capital development and youth employment. It also reflects the government's commitment to provide second chance opportunities for youth, to reduce unemployment, to boost sustainable livelihood among women. Youth Coordinator Carleen Perman says the one-year program is needed now to reduce unemployment among young people.
The objective of the Elevator program is basically to provide an opportunity for young women who may have, for whatever reason, they were unable to complete their primary, secondary, or tertiary education. They are unemployed, underemployed, and they're looking for opportunities to upskill themselves, to engage in training programs so that they can gain employment and basically take care of themselves for sustainable livelihoods. The program does have some training pillars that we are adhering to. The purpose of these pillars chosen was to ensure that the young women who are engaged in this particular program, they can head directly into full-time employment at the end of it.
The ministry officially commenced registration for the program in St. George's this week, with outreach to other parishes soon to begin. Early in the new year, the program will be launched in Carriacou and Petite Martinique. Perman outlined some of the training areas.
Includes tourism and hospitality, building maintenance, healthcare attendant, poultry production, allied health, hospital attendant, supervision in terms of housekeeping and construction. We have commenced registration. We are going to every parish on the main island. We started on the 2nd of December in St. George at the Kirani James Stadium. The 3rd, we were at St. David's Corinth Community Center. Today, the 4th, we were at the Pastoral Center in St. John. And tomorrow, we'll be at Resource Center, St. Mark. That's the 5th of December. And then we start again on the 9th with St. Patrick Anglican. And then on the 10th at the YWCA building in St. Andrew.
The ministry is open to accepting recommendations to make the program more efficient as it plans for the future cohorts.
Yes, so again, Elevate Her. It's a good program targeting young women throughout Grenada, Carriacou, and Petite Martinique, looking to bounce back, to get a second chance, and to make it. All right? I love that. It's a really good program. Kudos to the Ministry of Youth. And we're not stopping there. We are not stopping there. So by now, you know, the Empower program was launched. I mean, it's a program that was started under the previous administration, but the NDC administration increased the amount of money that they're getting.
Over 400 young men were introduced to the 4th phase of the Empower project. Empower 4.0, a project of the Ministry of Youth and Sports through the Division of Youth, was launched at the Grenada Trade Center on Friday, September 13th. The Empower project caters to young men who are unemployed, underemployed, marginalized, and in conflict with the law, who are interested in certified training in various marketable skill areas to increase their chances of meaningful employment or entrepreneurship. A number of government ministers were present to give support to the project and this cohort of young men. Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Youth and Sports, Kim Frederick, says the Empower program will significantly contribute to the reduction of unemployment of young males and welcomes the rolling out of this cohort of young men being enrolled in the project.
Yes, so the Empower program is ongoing, and I wanted to feature the increase that they are getting, because they are getting more.
Cabinet has also approved an increase to the stipend of the Empower participants from $800 to $1,000, so $200 increase. And this increase will be in effect from the 1st of December. Also, Cabinet has approved an increase in the grant from $2,400 to $3,000. The Empower program now includes a mentorship component that provides guidance and ensure sustainability during the startup phase. And so we will not leave them after the 1-year period, but there will be a hand-holding process and also continuous follow-up.
Yes, and I think that's a very, very good move if you ask me. Very, very, very good move. So you meet programs there and you expand them. You expand them, you build on them. All right? Yes, that's important. You got to build on them. I really love that. So I want to applaud the government. So they met that program there. That's a new cohort, new batch of young people, young men getting the opportunity, 400 of them. So they would receive the training. They have a mentorship component to the training, to the program, sorry. They would receive the startup or stipend or grant. They increased that to $3,000 now. It's a good vibes. It's a really, really good vibes. And we need to give kudos to the Honorable Delma Thomas. Big up your whole self there. You're doing a fantastic job. So that they increased, and they recently they awarded a number of young people in the area of sports and so on.
The Youth Rally and Recognition Ceremony served as a reminder of the power of youth leadership and the importance of fostering an environment where young people can grow, thrive, and make meaningful contributions to society. Minister of Youth, Honorable Delma Thomas, shared that the government is aware of some of the struggles faced by young people, and the government has been working on initiatives to resolve them.
We will, as a government, work along with our young people to identify not only training, and not training that will take you 8 or 10 years, but training with an exit strategy that provides employment for our young people. We will prioritize local talent for jobs, reducing the outsourcing of roles to foreign nationals after our youth are trained. We will provide a clear pathway to permanent employment and contract work, avoiding endless cycles of training without stable income. We will address the lack of modern infrastructure and qualified facilitators to deliver relevant, up-to-date training while ensuring relevant certifications are provided in a timely manner.
Highlight of the ceremony was the recognition of talented young people such as Tyler Smith, Afi Fletcher, and Ishana Charles.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Ministry of Youth and Sports recognizes Mr. Tyler Smith for representing Grenada with excellence in shot put at the 2024 Paralympics.
Sunday's event also saw information booths by a wide cross-section of education stakeholders, Grenada Office of Creatives, and the GIDC, who shared material on entrepreneurship. Janelle Collins, Communications and Events Assistant at the Grenada Investment and Development Corporation, highlighted their participation in the Youth Rally.
Right, so that's a very good thing, the Youth Rally. A lot of young people were awarded with prize monies or cash, right, or a check where they're going to go and cash it, go in the bank or credit union or wherever and get the cash. Diplomatic passports, official passports, just name it. This is a government that cares about young people. And they're not just talking, they're investing in young people. Because remember, you have a youthful population. You're talking about 60% plus being young people. Don't forget, government embrace the creative industry. Young people who are neglected, abandoned in that industry, they are now a part of the development or developmental process, the transformation agenda. They got 100% concession. All right, 100% concession.
As you know, the creative industry, while it might just look as entertaining, but it's a very expensive industry.
The biggest problem that we face in the industry is the availability of equipment. Even after you buy them, there's this high cost to get it into the country. especially if it's something big.
Some of the biggest challenges that I've faced in the space at the time, really and truly, I mean, most creatives face the same issues of being able to access tools, access knowledge, access resources in a space where some of it doesn't exist.
For me, this 100% concession gives me an opportunity to expand my business, and it will give me an opportunity to take my business in the direction that I've envisioned it over the last few years.
The 100% concession given by government towards the creative industry is going to help us a very long way. It simply means that we can invest more in ourselves and more into the business.
Well, the 100% allows us to level up a little. We have access to more stuff, more equipment, and that gives us the vibes to keep pushing and keep, as I said, leveling up the thing a little bit more, so that we get that internationally recognized quality, whether it's in movie and film or in music or drama or whatever it is. We have that access to things that allow us to do that.
Previously, we had the taxes that we have to pay on every piece of the item that we bring in. I think it's like 44.4 or something like that. Don't quote me on it. But now that we have 100% concession, you can buy tools, equipment, resources, software. You can even engage more human resource personnel to come into your business. So that means you can really expand.
I think that this initiative by the government to allow 100% concession for creative is indeed a step in the right direction.
Yes, indeed. So the young men and women in that industry, they are now given 100% concession to bring in all the tools and the equipment and just name it. But the government did not just stop there with creatives. I tell you, they're given good assistance by this government. You have scholarships being afforded to them.
An agreement has been signed between the Grenada Office of Creative Affairs in the Ministry of Economic Development, Planning, Tourism, ICT and the Creative Economy, and the T.A. Marisho Community College to offer scholarships to students to pursue specialized courses on the TAMCC's Creative and Cultural Industries Associate Degree Program. It was one of the recommendations made in May of this year at Unleash, Grenada's premier cultural and creative industries conference, which was held at the Radisson Resort. The agreement, which was signed by Minister for Education, Youth, Sports and Culture, Honorable David Andrew, and Mr. Ronald Brunton, principal of the college, paves the way for students to pursue courses in areas like Introduction to Entertainment Law, Introduction to Entrepreneurship for Creative Industries, and Digital Media, among others.
So today we've had the signing of that document, the agreement between the college, the Office of Creative Affairs, Ministry of Education, to facilitate those courses that will be made available to students and persons in the creative free of charge, scholarships. And we are again happy as a government to present those to our people, and we signed those today. We are delighted.
Minister for Education, Honorable David Andrew. Mr. Isaac Bagwan, Acting Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Economic Development, Planning, Tourism, ICT and the Creative Economy, says the initiative is part of the government's plans to build capacity in an alternative sector where employment opportunities can be provided.
The courses are tailored to the particular needs. It is also, the courses will also be done at flexible time to facilitate the persons who are involved in the creative, so that you were speaking about in the afternoon time, late afternoon, so that they could get an opportunity to participate and enhance their particular skills.
Mr. Orlando Romain is the advisor in the Ministry of Planning and Economic Development with responsibility for ICT, digital economy and the creative economy. He says the three major recommendations from Unleash were the need for more opportunities to encourage capacity building for creatives, more financing resources, and formalizing the creative sector.
This initiative will allow creatives the opportunity to enhance their skills and their knowledge in specific areas of business related to the creative industry. We have courses in entertainment law, courses in entrepreneurship for creatives, courses in digital marketing, all which we believe will significantly enhance their abilities to function as proper businesses or proper entrepreneurs in this landscape. So this is one out of many initiatives that we plan to unveil in the coming months. And we encourage the creatives to register for the courses. It is free of cost. As you would see, our government is trying to move towards a country where education is accessible, where it is free, and where it is of a high standard.
Yes, so kudos to you there, Roland. Well, Orlando Romaine, Kijana Orlando Romaine, doing a fantastic job there with the creatives and with government all together. Kudos to you, my brother. All right, so while the NNP continue to fight and do all this stupidness, the government is focused. You know, the government also giving financial assistance to the creatives.
One Grenadian creative is applauding the government of Grenada's Office of Creative Affairs and the Grenada Development Bank for the initiative. Damian Jacob, founder and owner of DCJ Photography, is one of the Business Development Fund's successful participants. Jacob's journey in photography began in 2012 and focuses on portraits, landscapes, and videos for any event. He described the application process as easy and detailed how the fund is a great investment for his business.
Actually, the process was very easy. I was shocked. I mean, I've gotten loans before from different financial institutions, and it took some time. There was quite a few, hurdles to jump over. But this new fund, I would say, the process is very efficient in terms of getting through compared to other institutions. There's a lot of things they removed, so they made it way easier for creatives, because I know in the past creatives, we complained about getting a lot of trouble from institutions in terms of securing loans. But personally, this has been the easiest for me, and I'm thankful, and I think it's a great initiative, and it would help expand, my creative business in ways that, I think could actually help me and others, because one then I employ different people to assist.
Jacob encourages other creatives to take advantage of the fund.
I would say go for it. It's free money. Well, not free money. I mean, you have to pay back for it, but it's basically easy. It's like, they're asking you to come and take it, and it's not much, I mean, once you qualify, of course, and you provide all the documentation they need and stuff, it's actually easy. And I would encourage my fellow creatives in the industry to actually capitalize on.
Yes, I think so, Jacob. Thank you very much there. Thank you very much indeed. Many of the constituencies, the MPs, the personal assistants, and the team, they are going around in the different constituencies, giving out hampers, giving out ham, assisting people in need, right, during this time. And the St. David constituency branch, they will be doing that as of tomorrow. All right? As of tomorrow, they will be going around to distribute hampers to a number of people. All right? To a number of people. So I really want to big them up. I want to big them up. They will be out there in the constituency of St. David doing the hampers and a little ham and thing. They go nice up the people in the constituency. And there are other constituencies doing the same thing. They have been out there day and night distributing hampers, distributing toys, distributing so many stuff, helping people. And I just pray and hope that our people will appreciate it. Because you have some people, no matter what you do for them, no matter how you help them, they still will complain. They still will grind and groan. They still will talk bad about you. They still will say nothing is happening. They will still, even there are people tonight who are looking at the program tonight, seeing all those things that are happening for young people in the country, and they would still tell you all kind of negative stuff. All right. So again, I hope that all people will appreciate it. All right. Someone called me today, for example. Message me. Today, was it today or last evening? Last evening. Yes, from the United Kingdom. They want to help two families, right? Two families in need. And I was able to link them up, connect with, at least pass it on to MP, the MP for the South, say identify 2 families and they will get some assistance at this during this time. So I'm simply saying, folks, things are happening for people, and I feel really, really good. I feel good. I go around places and I hear our supporters, our people talking highly now about what is going down because, they got the little assistance they needed, got the attention that they needed. They were able to, see eye to eye with the MP and have a conversation. And they're getting assistance. They're getting assistance, or their children getting assistance, or their brothers, their fathers, their sisters, their cousins getting assistance. Things are happening. Things are happening. All right? Everybody ain't get yet, but step by step, we're getting there. I feel really good because I know a lot of people are getting assistance, material assistance, like contracts on the road, special projects, a house being constructed, scholarships, assistance in many different ways. Besides, as a farmer, as a fisher, another batch of farmers got some assistance again. So a lot is happening for people, and I really, really love it. We have to keep on that path. Everybody can't get at once, but step by step by step, we're going to get there. All right? We're going to get there. Take some time. Don't worry, have some patience. Things going to happen. But I personally can tell you, I am a person on the ground. I go to a lot of funerals. I go to a lot of parties. I go to a lot of events, community events, football competition, cricket competition. I am on the ground. I'm on the block, at bars. I'm at the number of places. People call me during the daytime. Sometimes you wonder if I am in charge of some ministry. I mean, I am in touch with people, so I know. And I can tell you that people are feeling happier. People are seeing the MPs more. They are receiving more stuff. They're getting, and even if you're not seeing the MP right away, they're getting, other people are assisting them through government and through the different MPs. Things are happening for many of our people. And I'm happy about it. Because I always say, if you're in government, you control the public purse. And in many of the constituencies, you have a lot of people living in there, except South St. George, St. David, St. George Northeast, St. John to a certain extent, and St. Andrew Northeast, the Tivoli area, telescope area, that area. So in terms of numbers, right? So these are the bigger constituencies, but nearly all the others are pretty small in the scheme of things. So we can easily take care of people, right? Reach out to our people, see what they want, what are their needs, what are their wants. If you can meet their wants, so be it, but their needs, try to meet it. You can't give them everything, but if you can reach them halfway, right? Build roads, build drains, fix houses. Some people may just need some windows, some doors. Some people may need some galvanized sheeting, some wood or some block, some concrete, some some steel, some cement, some simple things like that. Some people may need, or their children need a little blind, a little scholarship, a little work, a little work it out, Find ways and means to do it. Make sure that the business people in your constituency that they're happy. They may need certain things. You reach out to them too, right? The different groups, you reach out to them, you help them in different ways. You identify your supporters and you take care of them, and that's all you need to do. All right, you need to do that throughout, and over time, you'll be good. There's some people who may not be 100% with you, but gradually you can get there. So don't worry. So far, so good. The NNP on the other side, they fighting, they quarreling, they beating up themselves, real tata, real mess going on, melee bacchanal. Every day you're hearing somebody from the NNP coming out and cuss and talk and say all kind of thing happening inside it. Let them continue with their stuff. Let's remain focused. And please, I urge you, stay in all your lane. Don't get yourself too much in NNP mess. Let NNP cuss, get on with their stupidness, fight among themselves, divide, mash up the party, do all kind of stupidness. Let them do it. All right? Take out yourself out of that. Don't get yourself involved. Faster they will destroy themselves if they're fighting among themselves. But once you get in, then they have somebody to blame. So you don't want that. You just want them to fight among themselves and mash up the whole thing, wreck it. I want a very weak opposition. That's what I want. I want a weak opposition in this country. I want an opposition that is always in melee and bacchanal and not getting the acts right altogether. That's what I want. is talk about strong opposition and so on. No. We must make sure that it disintegrates. Make sure that there is more infighting in there. But do not make it obvious. Do not get yourself too much involved in their stupidness. Let them fight among themselves and self-destruct. That's the best thing that can happen for the NNP. Right now, let them fight and let them destroy themselves. All right? And let's remain focused. Let's deliver for the people. Let us focus on our people. Identify our people in the different constituencies as we are doing. And let's keep it going. Take good care, folks. Have a wonderful day. Peace and love. I'll be back with you tomorrow morning